So I'm gonna take a deep breath because I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm going to ask you questions, and I want the honest to God truth. Why have you not been on the show lately?
Well, I am a new mother.
Has it been difficult?
Oh my God, yes. Sometimes I battle with the idea of not being able to be myself sometimes.
And when you say be yourself, like, who are you?
Y'all just gonna let him chin check me like that? My expectations to me, I felt were simple. So can I ask you a question?
Okay. Was you a show? No, you weren't no show.
I'm asking you.
Was I a show?
Yeah.
Yeah. What up, y'all? I'm Rajay, and this is another episode of the RXS podcast, and we have an amazing guest that y'all are very familiar with.
Hi.
She ain't been on the show in a minute.
A couple of
This is
peppers.
my former co-host. And yeah, I wanted to talk to her. I've told her for the last couple of weeks that I wanted to kind of talk to her because y'all don't get to hear from her.
No.
So I guess we could take this time to do that.
All right, sounds good to me.
The first thing I want to ask you is why have you not been on the show lately?
Well, I am a new mother.
Yeah, gang.
Yeah, so I've just been honestly taking time for myself
Mm-hmm.
and working behind the scenes. But for the most part, I've
You gotta talk in your mic. You chinning it.
for the most part.
Yes.
There we go. Hold on, guys. Let me get my mic together.
Yeah, that's
Two.
a little more sweeter.
Check 1, 2. All
Yeah,
right.
all right.
So yeah, I've been taking a little time with my little son. Our
Yeah.
little son. His name is Jameer. And yeah, I've been mothering. And that's pretty much it.
Has it been difficult?
Oh my God, yes. It's been difficult for a couple of reasons. It's been difficult for me because I'm used to doing, going.
Mm-hmm.
But when they say your boys are different than your girls, I truly believe that because Jalea was a little bit. She was a little bit.
She was
low
chilling,
key.
and Jameer don't be chilling. She trying not to put her boy out there like
Yeah,
that.
don't do my baby like that.
Yeah, he go
But
crazy.
don't do my
He literally
don't
be
do my
wildin'.
baby like that. But
Okay, yeah.
he's spoiled. He's very spoiled. But with him, it's a little bit more responsibility. Like I have to be a little bit more hands-on with Jameer. Like I can't just sit him down and just do some work. I can't just sit him he ain't in here right now.
Yeah.
You would know if he was.
Yeah.
But he
Facts.
ain't. Yeah, so it's been difficult for that reason. And it's also been difficult because I've been wanting to talk.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do stuff.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to. And I mean, I've been okay with it. Sometimes I battle with the idea of not being able to be myself sometimes.
And when you say be yourself, who are you?
Y'all just gonna let him chin check me like that? Y'all just gonna let him hit me with the bat like that? No, wow.
Yeah. Cause and before you answer that, we oftentimes say, I don't feel like I can be myself, whether that's in a job or in a relationship or in certain environments with certain family members. Like, I don't feel like I can be myself, or I haven't been able to be myself. But when we say that, what are we saying? Like, who are you?
Okay, well, let me just try to when I say it, let me say that. When I say it, that just means y'all see how I am right now? We vibing and stuff like that. I can do a podcast or work or just I guess the few friends that I do have, talk and hang out with them. But for the most part, I think for me with Jameer is more like independence in a sense
Mm-hmm.
because he's with me 24/7. And when
Yeah.
I say 24/7, I mean
24/7.
24/7.
Like he don't let nobody hold him, but like for 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
My mama
so
said the other day, "Let me get my 10 seconds."
literally.
That's literally what she
She
said.
said she was
let,
happy.
Let me go and get my 10 seconds, cause I already know what he finna do. And he definitely does it. But I want to ask you another question.
Okay.
And I want this is a platform where it's a safe space for people to like be transparent.
Okay, I'm ready.
And of course, we always have guests on here that are extremely transparent.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take a deep breath because I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm going to ask you questions, and I want the honest to God truth. This is my wife for y'all who don't know. So some of these answers are gonna probably mess me up, but it'll go help y'all. So, do you feel like
Oh boy.
becoming a wife and becoming a mother caused you to lose yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Explain.
Yes. I definitely lost myself.
Let's go. Hey, you a guest today. You got to tell your story just like everybody else. Let's go. Get to it. Get to it.
Okay. So, I'm gonna just go back.
Okay.
I'm gonna just go back. Raja and I, we got married at
I was 19.
You were 19 and I was 18. I was turning 19.
The year was
2010.
Yeah.
Okay. And almost 13 years ago.
Yeah.
And this month.
Yeah.
But
when
yeah.
they see this, it'll be like a week before our anniversary.
Our anniversary, like yeah. All right, so yeah, we got married as teenagers. To be honest, we were already pregnant when we got married. So I had two things going on: new wife, new mother.
Yeah.
So I had to juggle the idea of figuring out how to be a wife. I had to juggle never being a mother before.
Yeah.
Never, you know what I'm saying? Never doing anything of that sort. So I had to figure that out by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't easy because neither one of us knew what we were doing.
You don't have to tap me.
I'm tapping you like y'all.
I'm strong enough to handle this because I was just about to ask you like, what were your expectations, and then what ended up really happening?
Okay, so for real, being for real. My expectations to me were simple.
Okay.
I just expected us to be best friends. I expected us to have fun. I expected us to work together. And what I mean by work together is in music, because we were both heavy in music. And those are my expectations. I didn't really have any expectations as a mother because all I knew was what I saw. But I had expectations as a wife because I don't know where it came from, but it was just like instinctively there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Like it was instinctively there, and I wanted us to be best friends. I didn't want to take him out of his element too much, but I wanted him for me. Like when we got married, like I wanted him for me. Like I was like, okay, we're gonna be rocking together. Like we're gonna be having fun. We're gonna be doing music. Prior to getting married, we did music. We
talked on the phone
all the time. Like
mind y'all, I was in North Carolina.
And
she
I
was in Florida.
Yeah. So
right, just to give some context.
It was a very long distance relationship.
Yeah.
But we made it work.
Yeah.
Because we saw each other all the time. We saw each other too much to live in two different states.
That's real. That's real.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But back to the story. Back to what I was saying. my expectations to me, I felt were simple.
Those were simple expectations.
Yeah.
And now that I hear you say them out loud, I'm shamed. And let me tell you why I'm shamed. Because we want none of that.
Mm-mm. It's okay.
How did it feel to over time discover that we want that and it didn't look like we were going to be that?
Oh, it was completely heartbreaking. It was devastating because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do this. It was devastating because that's all I wanted. That's all I asked for. I felt like
You never asked for it from me, which is a good point.
no.
Do you sat me down and said,
Yes,
"Hey,
yes.
well, yes, you did about the best friend thing." You always tell me,
remember
you told me about the best friend thing
vividly.
Yeah, you did.
Saying
We talked about the best friend thing.
yes.
Yeah.
I definitely sat him down
Okay,
and
that's
said,
facts.
I want us to be best friends.
Yeah.
Like specifically.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
did.
You did.
But it was devastating. It was devastating. Like all I wanted was for us to I didn't want to put more, like a lot of pressure. You know how marriage can seem like so much pressure? Like being in committed relationships sometimes can seem like so much pressure because one person's like, I don't want you to do this, I don't want you to do that, blah, 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 this, that, blah, blah, blah. And then it becomes very annoying. Like you don't want to be there. You don't want to be around this person because all they do is complain, and tell you what you ain't doing, tell you what they don't want you to do, but don't tell you what, like, basically what they want you to do.
Yeah. Or appreciate you
Or
for you being
like,
there and doing what you do.
but more importantly, like just you being yourself.
Yeah.
Like if you married me for me. You supposed to.
But that's the point I'm making though. But when we get married, you're supposed to marry the person for who they are. But what
who
about
they show?
See
who they
are? But here's the thing about it. Sometimes people walk down the aisle with the person that they showed, and then they have they have a relationship and then a ceremony with a show. So then they get in a house and live with and are committed to the actual person, and then be two different people.
So can I ask you a question?
Okay. Was you a show?
Yeah.
Nah. You weren't a show. The funny thing,
no, not me. I know I won't.
No, you weren't no show.
I'm asking you.
Was I a show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
But it wasn't intentional.
It wasn't a let me be a fake person, a bagger, and then I'm gonna show myself when she can't get out of it.
Yeah.
It was more of a I am being as authentic as I can in this state.
Explain.
This is not really me, but I don't know that yet.
Excuse me. That makes sense.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, I think you were able to see who I really was before getting to know me, like in the living together sense. And then it's like, oh, whoa, he's nowhere near that yet.
Yeah.
And it's like, but if I tell him that could be catastrophic.
Yeah. I knew that already. I knew that like before we got married.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know how like I was able to see that, but for some reason
you was just kind of like, I already could tell.
Yeah.
We're going to be all right. So in the hard times, in the mud, in the deceit, in the lies, in the cheating, in the all of these things, why didn't you just be like, all right, I'm out?
Oh, y'all, he just told my business.
Yeah, I'll tell our business. Oh, yeah. yeah. Hey, because I don't, and the reason why, because you have a story just like everybody else. And just because I'm your husband, doesn't mean you're not allowed to be transparent. And
Okay.
listen, hey, we human out here. Hey, it's and I'd rather you tell it than
Somebody else.
so that folks find out something crazy. I'd
Yeah.
rather us be transparent before people than to live a life of having to hide from
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I wanna understand, because there's some women out here that are watching who believe in their husband, but they ready to give up. They can't take no more.
Okay, well, I can only speak for myself, and I gotta be honest with y'all. I knew that me and Rajay were supposed to be together. Like I just knew it. You know how some people say, like I've witnessed some people say, "Oh, we supposed to be together. I'm supposed to be with you,"
And they really
and
just
I
be
knew
crazy.
for sure. And no,
But
that
this
ain't.
was real.
Yeah, like I could tell, like it wasn't gonna be perfect. It wasn't gonna be like amazing immediately. Like I knew that because I saw him. You know, I could see him and I could see myself. Like I wasn't all the way ready. He wasn't all the way ready. I was a little bit more ready than he
That's
was.
facts. A lot, a bit more ready.
I see. I ain't even want to put
Hey,
that
it's
like
fine.
that.
It's you not
But
offended me.
I was a little bit more ready than he was.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, he wasn't ready and I knew that. I was okay with the process of getting him to where he needed to be. And I knew it was gonna take some sacrifice. I knew it was gonna take some heartbreak. I knew it was gonna take some stuff like that. But I've been hurt before. You know, I had been through a lot before, prior. A lot of people don't see what I've been through as trauma, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot.
So in this process, though, you did start to like lose the sparkle in your eye.
I did.
Like
I did.
it started to fade.
Rajay is the way you say. At the end of the day, I would need to be comfortable with myself more. And because I felt like in order for me to be my true self, or in order for me to have a big impact on the world, I would need to be with a group of people that I know, when that's not the case. I was kind of scared at first because I felt like I was going to miss them. My parents have told me many times that I have gifts and I need to use it, and like people wish they could do what I do, and I was like, I don't want to do that. Since I was really young, I really like to speak and make people feel better in life, and it's just something I enjoy. Hi, this is Nay, and that was Nay's Place. If you want to catch more, search Nay's Place on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and RXS Entertainment YouTube channel.
Did you see it or something?
Hindsight is 2020.
Okay.
In the moment, no. Absolutely not. I couldn't see nothing.
Okay.
I couldn't see anything. But now that I see you today, I can tell that you've been trying to fight to get back there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and
very recently.
Yeah, very recently. By the way. Yeah. So I just wanted to understand, like, to be in those places, to be in those spaces of like the low places and the mental spaces that are like heavy. What is that like? What are you saying to yourself to stay in it? And what is the experience like? Like, just break it all down.
It honestly feels like grief. That's the best way for me to put it. It feels like grief because it's like yearning to achieve a dream and fighting to achieve a dream and getting knocked down at every turn, everything that you do to exceed. Every time you go up a little bit, you get knocked down. Every time you go up some more, you get knocked down. It's like it's one of those things, and then eventually you get knocked down so many times to where you just stay down, you know? And that's what happened with me. Like, I would keep trying and keep trying and keep pushing and keep loving on you and just saying, I'm here. Like, let me be there for you. Let me. And it was just one of those things where you weren't ready. And no matter what I did, no matter what I said, no matter what was going on, I couldn't change the fact that you weren't ready. It was something in you that had to shift for you to be ready. And it was up to me to say, okay, am I going to stay for however long it takes for him to get ready? Because I don't know. It could be tomorrow. And if I give up today, then like, and some people might look at me and be like, girl, you stupid. Ain't no way I would have what? Ain't no way I would have stayed. I mean, your life ain't my life. And your path ain't my path. And I'm okay with that. But hopefully what I'm saying helps somebody who's willing to stay in it. Stay in the race.
Stay in it.
But for real.
Yes. Do you think that our generation gives up too easily in relationships?
Our generation? No. I think the younger generation, the one under.
But we
behind it.
Good God.
I am 30.
I'm old.
I am 31 years old. Let's not
now
act
think
like
about
that.
it. When I say our generation, I'm talking 25 to 45. That's what I'm talking right now. Yeah, we in there. Yes, we are in there. Like 25 is young, 45 is young. We in the middle. And to be honest, I've heard people on both ends of the spectrum like divorce over that.
Yeah.
And it's like our grandparents. So when we say like 40, 50, 60 years, you don't think grandpa was cutting up.
Yeah. Like,
see what I'm saying? You don't think grandma was on
well,
one.
if that's the case, then I don't think it's generational.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't think it's generational. I think it's just experience based and what you're willing and not willing to accept.
Explain.
Like, a person my age might be like, I'm still not gonna do what you did because I believe in I believe in my worth too much for that. Like, I'm worth way too much to stay in a situation that you were in. But then somebody like me who would say, I see myself with this person for the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. Ain't no way I'm just finna up and leave because I still got work to do as it relates to him. Like, my purpose, my assignment with him is still not over.
Yeah.
And if I walk out, then I'm walking out on myself too, because it's a lot of learning and it's a lot of getting out of what's going on with you that I still need to like learn from and process, because y'all, I learned everything that I do, everything that I go through, I take a mental note and I keep it in so that I can help somebody else or so that I can know how to be better. Like, I'm always like that. But to get back to what I was saying, I don't think it's generational.
Okay.
I think it's simply based on what a person is willing and not willing to accept.
So it may not, okay. So like I know for a fact, our grandparents and great-grandparents stayed together way longer than relationships of today. So if it is not generational, do you feel it is cultural, or do you think they should have dipped too?
I think a lot of them dipped too. But to be honest, I think we have more exposure in this, I guess, generation.
Yeah, the information age.
Yeah, like technology age is what I'm saying.
So do you think, like, what you saying?
I'm saying we got access to Facebook, we got access to cell phones, we got access to iMessages, we got access to... So you saying that's why we not sticking and staying? I think so. Like, we can set up a date right now. I can get on an app and say, bing, I can meet somebody.
If you ain't doing what you need to do, I can easily find somebody else.
Yes, you can find somebody in a whole nother state, a whole nother country.
But I mean, if my man working at the paper mill every day, ain't there somebody on the line that's fine too? 40 years ago?
Yeah, but your options are few.
Yeah, just the people in your town.
Exactly. Like if you're not traveling and going outside, like think about it. Our grandparents, where were they going?
Nowhere, to work and home.
Exactly. Like so your options are few. You're limited. Now we're
unlimited.
Unlimited
to our own detriment.
Exactly. Yeah. So like I said, I don't think it's generational. I think it's based on what a person is willing and not willing to accept.
And you were willing to accept what came with going the long haul.
Yeah. And the reason is because one reason is because I didn't have my dad in my life. And I didn't have my dad in my life. And my mom worked, and once she got to a place where we can, really do this music thing for real, like I was with my mama all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was early on, like 7.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, what was I saying?
You said you was willing to stick and stay and go on the long haul because
I am a dad. Yeah. Okay, so my point is, because I was thinking about my mama at that point. My point is, I wanted my children to have their father. I didn't want to take Jalea out of an environment that she was happy in. My baby was
she was turned. She didn't know what was going on.
No, she had no idea. And I didn't want to ruin her life by making a temporary or a drastic decision. I didn't want to be impulsive because my feelings was hurt. And that can be detrimental to children. That can be very what's the word I'm looking for?
Traumatic.
Very traumatic. Very, 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 yes, thank you. That could be very traumatic for children. And I didn't want to take my kid through that. I didn't know if we were going to have any more children.
Because I told her I ain't want no more kids.
He told me that he didn't want no more kids.
I told her we won't have no more kids.
That exactly.
And we gotta talk about that. Yeah. But we can't talk about it today because this ain't about me.
That's a whole nother segment.
But there was a specific reason why I didn't want more kids.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that on another pod. So you got to come back.
And you better bring me back too.
Yeah. You can come back again, and we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, but
it'll be why I didn't want to have more kids, and that'll be what we talk about.
Amen.
All right, cool.
Because he sure didn't.
I didn't.
But guess what?
I didn't. Yeah. He out here.
He is here.
So, back to it. You didn't want to.
I didn't want to take Jalea out of her element.
Okay, cool.
I didn't want to traumatize her. I didn't want to make her a different person because I know that could have destroyed who she was. And our baby, Jalea, was like the light of everybody's room. Like every time she walked in the room, she was the highlight. Yeah. Like she brought a smile to everybody. So I didn't want to change that up. So I decided within myself, I said, you know what? I've been through a lot. This hurt. But it don't hurt me enough to hurt my kid. Like, it don't hurt me enough to hurt my kid. That was one thing. And it don't hurt me enough to leave the one person that I'm supposed to be helping.
If you can't hold your mule, don't give it to somebody that don't deserve it. Nah.
Please don't.
You know he out here sleeping with everybody.
Don't do it.
And you gonna do it because it feel good. Why? Because it got a big thing or something? That ain't. You know how many men folk around here? Never mind. I'm just saying. There's plenty of fishies in the sea.
If you enjoyed this clip of Be For Real, you can watch the full video. Just head over to RXS Entertainment YouTube channel. You can also listen on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Just type in BEFOREAL. FUHREAL. I need help too, I know. And I need somebody to be there for me too, I know. But it's my time to help him. And hopefully down the line he'll help me. So it was faith-based. It was me having faith in you and wanting to help you. That was my main reason. And then the next reason was Jalea.
How did you know I needed help?
I could tell you were struggling. I can tell because you always wanted to be gone. You didn't want to be at home. And I knew it wasn't nothing that I did because I ain't do nothing. I knew it wasn't anything that I did. But I felt like it wasn't anything that I did. Let me say that. I didn't know for sure. But you didn't want to be home. And then we dealt with the cheating stuff. I knew you needed help because you don't even remember, I don't think. A million times I could about say we've had conversations and I've sat you down and I've asked you, I'm like, what is it? Like, what do you need? Like, what's wrong? What's bothering you? Like, why do you want to go and be with your friends all the time? Like, what about them like excites you that doesn't happen when you're at home? Like, what is it? Like, and we used to have conversations and he couldn't give me nothing, y'all.
I had no answers.
He couldn't give me nothing. Like, it was.
I just gave y'all. We've been married 13 years.
Past week.
Let me tell y'all something. So we're gonna give a little context. We didn't have no episode out last week.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
During that, a lot going on. After 13 years of marriage, I was finally able to articulate that. It's just like I had an awakening or an epiphany or something.
Yeah.
And that's got to be on the other episode too, because it's not about me, and it'll just go long. But I was finally able to give her closure and give her context to why her sacrifice was worth it.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
For you to be able to be like, okay, this was not all for nothing. All right.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Because I almost.
Y'all know the rest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you want to tell them what it is, or
No, because we'll have to go there. And I want to talk to I want to keep it about you because.
But that has everything to do with me.
Yeah. So what part you want me to
like, yeah, that has everything to do with me.
You thinking about it?
Yeah, because I in turn, to be honest, guys, I'm very happy that he was able to give me that closure, because for so long I beat myself up like it was something wrong with me. Like I put myself in a very low position, like trying to stay sane and like safe.
Is this when you started to lose yourself?
Yeah.
When you so losing yourself was a direct connection to not understanding
What was going on with you?
Yeah, because it's like, am I not
enough?
Yeah. So then, okay, if I'm not enough for him, am I not good enough? Period.
In general, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did it make you want to change who you were?
I did.
Talk about it.
I did. I changed who I was like multiple times based on what was set in the home, based on what you said was and was not.
Okay.
Just so that you can have a healthy mind. I just wanted you to be okay. That's it. That's all I cared about. Like, I just wanted you to be nice to me. I wanted you to be happy with me. I wanted you to smile at me. Like, I wanted you to, like, be happy I was around. I wanted you to want me to be around and want to take me places, want to take me around other people. Like,
And when that wasn't happening, how did you feel?
I stayed at home. I stayed upstairs, and I cried a lot. I cried a lot. I mothered Jalea, and Jalea feels me to this day. Like, she knows when something is wrong with me, and she'd be like, "Ma, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like,
You lying.
she'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Jalea, no, I'm not." So I don't lie to Jalea.
No
Jalea
more,
say,
yeah.
"Mama, is you okay?" No,
No,
I'm not okay, but I will be okay.
Yeah.
She'd be like, "Do you need anything? You want me?" She's just sitting there with me. If she knows something is wrong with me, she'll just sit in there with me. But back then, I would try not to let Jalea see me cry, and I wouldn't say anything out loud. And when I was at home with my mom, like at my mom's house, I would write. I lost all of that. I wouldn't write. I was trying to record at one point in time early on. I wouldn't record nothing. Like I had a complete music block. I was just like not there anymore. And the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm realizing that that's what it was.
Yeah.
Like I never knew that that's what happened. Like I had a block. I couldn't do nothing. I didn't want to sing. Like being pregnant then kind of took my voice away a little bit too.
So that was another thing that really,
yeah.
because I remember you kind of like my high voice gone.
Yeah, my voice was gone. Like I didn't have anything left. Thank you, because it's bothering me and it's getting on my nerves.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
My voice was gone, guys. And for those who really know me, like y'all know I had a very high voice. But I'm grateful for that because my voice is different now. And I appreciate that happening. But back then, I was hurt. I was broken. I'm like, that's the last thing that could be taken away from me because that was a part of my expectations.
Yeah.
That was a part of my expectations. Like getting better as a singer. Like I just knew, oh my God, he's going to help me get better as a singer. Oh my gosh, we're going to do music together. We're going to work together.
I did try to help you get better as a singer though, but I just did it in such a
bully way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, he bullied me.
I did.
It was mean.
I did. Yeah, we had
It was
some,
mean.
Yeah,
I
it was
like,
crazy.
oh my goodness, this
And the
man
funny
told me I couldn't sing.
And I didn't think, of course me, I didn't think it was mean.
Yeah, he didn't.
But I wasn't sensitive to like at that time I wasn't aware of like communication styles and just like the concept of understanding the person you're trying to serve and then accommodating for who they are. I didn't have enough insight, awareness, or maturity to know that you should do that.
That ain't true. Yes, he did. He had some kind of insight
You
because
think so?
I know so. I watched you produce other people.
Oh, but you want to know what's crazy? And I tell her this all the time. I tell her this all the time, and this is just the truth. I used to be nice to people I used to be nice to artists. This is the honest to God truth. Because if I felt like they were giving me all they had, it won't no need for me. I might as well be nice and get this session over with as quick as possible. Cause this it right here, we done maxed out.
Yo.
But you, on the other hand, I've always seen so much in you without the ability to just articulate, hey, what I'm doing, I think I'm helping you. You have the potential to be so great that I feel like you need it this way. That's how I was thinking.
Yeah. And I was going to say, like, when you said what you said about other people, I was going to say, like, with all that happened in our marriage, like, based on what he told me this past week, I felt bad for everybody else. Like, I'm not even going to. Y'all just gotta wait.
We gotta open the can. We gonna open the can up on it because
just gotta wait.
Y'all, I had a moment of clarity that I wanna
dive into.
No, not dive into at the moment, but I want to encourage everybody that's listening to this and everybody that's watching this. If you're in any kind of situation where you are committed to anyone on any level, as a parent, as a spouse, as a leader on your job, if you want to be effective on the highest level, come to grips with who you are and why you are the way you are. And I promise it'll make you better.
That's good.
Because there are people who are suffering and dying and struggling at your hand, and they're allowing it because they know you don't mean no harm, but that ain't right.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
Because eventually, if you get in a place to do that search and you have that discovery, life will change and it'll be better for everybody.
Yeah.
It'll just be different and better.
Yeah.
And then people who are loyal to you, they ain't gonna leave you anyway. But it would be better if they like it. If they actually like being there, that'll make it better. like my wife is basically telling y'all, I've always known you were gonna be a great man, and that alone was enough to make me stay. But I could have made it easier if I would have been self-aware.
For sure.
So even if it take you 32 years, eventually you gotta tighten up.
Good God, no. If it take you 32 years.
Hey, but
I don't know, because
But
13 is a long time.
But and here's the thing, you gotta understand, like, you're dealing with men who were taught to not cry.
Yeah, you got.
You're dealing with men who didn't have fathers in their life.
You got a point.
You're dealing with men who think therapy is soft.
That's true. That's true.
So yeah, we could be 40 years old and still not sweet.
That's true.
We could be 50 years old and still not sweet.
That's true.
Because therapy is soft. Crying is for punks. Vulnerability, what's that? What's that? That sound like another language.
Hey, but no, to be honest, like, women are like that too. Because vulnerability, after a while with you and I, vulnerability was foreign to me.
Yeah.
What? Not vulnerable. Who am I being vulnerable with?
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
For what? I've tried that. It don't work.
Yeah.
Being nice, being sweet, I tried that. It don't work.
Mm.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I changed myself. But yeah, like, I'm just grateful that we're in a day and age now where people are normalizing therapy.
Yeah.
Like, we're starting to normalize therapy. And I am an advocate for therapy.
Me too.
Please, if you have the funds,
yes,
or if you know somebody who is a therapist, please
go holler at
and
them.
talk to them.
Go holler at them.
Like, don't allow yourself to get to a low place. And the women who are deciding to stay, if you have the funds, go see a therapist.
Yeah.
Go see a therapist.
And
talk.
go to couples therapy.
Yeah, please.
Because we've never been to couples therapy, but we've like kind of hashed things out so much so that we've started to understand things. But it's just like I'll give y'all an example. Like, we talk about like racism, or we talk about like how this side feels or this side feels. We talk about politics. And then I hear people say all the time, like, even if you don't agree with something, understanding what it is and why it is can cause you to be empathetic even if you don't agree with it. So then what can happen is there can be a coming together based on understanding an idea or a concept that will make you like give your spouse more grace.
Absolutely. That is 100% true.
I'm compelled to be more patient with you because now I know why you do that. So where I was angry, I'm kind of like, oh.
Yeah. Which is why I said all in the beginning of the show when I asked him, was he putting on the show in the beginning?
Yeah.
Which is why I could say all and not what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because like, you ain't hoodwinked me. You was doing the best you could. You was lost, Doc. Dang. Okay, you find your way.
Yeah, you were struggling. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, to your point, you can empathize with people. You can sympathize with people.
When you know.
You're like, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Let me lend you a helping hand. Let me try to help you.
Lend him a helping hand. You ought to help your fellow man. Hey, we quartet to the ball. But yeah, I wanted to. I don't know how long we've been up here. Let me check and see.
Me either.
Let me check and see. I think that's 41 minutes. That's 41 minutes, Jess.
What did it say?
All right,
Okay,
42
yeah,
minutes.
we sure.
Do you want this to be continued another time? Or you want to talk some more?
I could talk some more. My baby ain't in here.
All right, go ahead.
But no, we can continue later on.
Like,
but
I almost feel like we should once a month come up here and talk.
I agree with that.
Cause I want us what we started talking about today, I want to unpack it. And it's gonna take a long like if we really want to help y'all, it's gonna take a long time to unpack it.
Yeah.
So,
and this is good for me. Like I feel good right now. Like this has helped me to release.
Yeah, cause we done had some woo.
Yeah, he done got on my nerves.
Yeah, we done. It's been crazy, but yeah. So this has been another episode of the RXS podcast. We got Shiy in the building. We're gonna see y'all next week. Peace.